thanks for stopping by. I'd like to preface this video by saying it is not a knitting tutorial, but it means to have something playing in the background while you work on your own project. If you're like me and really enjoy having something on while you work, sometimes the content you like is very visually engaging and you're several hours in and haven't gotten nearly as far along in your project as you would have liked to. So that's where I come in. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. We are continuing with the Mitt the Family pattern. It is the knit along for August. If you're interested in it, go ahead and check the description box because there is a link to the pattern that is available on Ravelry, and it is available for purchase. So you do have to pay for it, but it isn't expensive. At least by my standards, it's not expensive. But you know, everybody has their own definition of expensive. But do check it out if you care to join. And the playlist is also available on my channel, so you can see everything we've filmed and worked on with this knit along up until this point. Where we left off last time, I was just knitting the cuff still. We have a ways to go, but we're about halfway through, and we're just gonna keep on going with this one. Nothing new or exciting has happened, but just so you know, we have to make 10 rounds of cuff for my size before we can switch to the color needed for the body. Like, it's not really a body, the main part of the hand itself. And we should be moving along here pretty soon. But yeah, it is still the same day as yesterday's video. You're gonna see a cluster of videos together that have been filmed the same night because I like to film my videos in batches because it makes it easier for me to get content up and available to you all if you are trying to watch in everything in succession. But it is later and later into the evening, but I'm pretty, not tired, but I do have a long night ahead of me to make sure all of this is uploaded and edited and double checks that I don't have any sneeze moments like I did last week before I realized it was too late. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time around. We're just going through here. But yes, it is sometime during the week. I want to say this is going to be Wednesday's video, maybe. And yeah, one of my coworkers is out this week, and there are only me and another person who are covering for them, and it's a little scary because I still have time off that I needed to take. Honestly, I was going to take this week off, but I heard that they were off, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's not going to work because we still have a lot to do and no one to do it, so I will stick around. So in that case, I'd probably be taking some random days off and not like a full week as I would like to, but just like maybe a Monday here, a Friday there, to use up the rest of the time I have before I lose it, as we don't have a lot. We get a lot of vacation, but not a lot of it carries over to the next year, so you only get so many days that carry over. And when you're in a job where it's hard just to take any days off, it's really hard to try to do a lot of them at once, especially if you don't have any coverage. When you're the only one doing what you do, it doesn't make it easy. So I do cherish the days I do get off. It's just I wish I could take them whenever I felt like it instead of being forced to take them or lose them. Because you figure it's like, if I'm not going to get a raise, then why not just let me take my vacation whenever I feel like it? And that could just be my my perk. But nope, they don't do that. But one day, and it's so sad too, because like I can't even, like, let's say whenever I do leave, I can't cash all of my vacation out either. I can only cash out the same days that carry over at the end of the year that I end up losing if I don't use either. So it's such a pain. Yep. But here we are knitting around before I can incorporate my new color. Okay, we just finished another round. I'm gonna knit 2 to hold the marker and then use my pen to mark where we are. Alright, so we have 4 more to do before we can start with our purple. One thing I do like about summer is that if I feel like it, I can take a shower with cool water and it'll actually feel good and not like I'm being tortured. I was fortunate that my apartment, or my townhouse that I live in now, has its own water heater. There were many apartments that I lived in that did not, and one thing that would happen was, like, if somebody had to use the restroom while you were in the shower and they flushed the toilet, it would change the water temperature in your apartment. So if you're in the middle of a shower and someone flushes the toilet, it get really cold and then get really hot again, and then even out. If a lot of people were showering at the same time, you would lose water, like hot water. So even in the middle of winter, you might end up taking a cold shower because everyone's taking a shower at the same time you are. So I would try to stagger mine where I'm like a night shower person anyway. Raise your hand if you like night showers more than morning showers. I take mine at night. I like to feel nice and fresh before I jump into bed. Plus, like, me showering and putting on pajamas feels better than showering and putting on clothes. Like, I have a thing about textures, like sensitivity to textures. Like, when I was little, I couldn't stand the tags in the back of my shirts. My mom would always have to cut them out for me because they always itched. Thankfully nowadays tags are either like sewed on the side of the clothes or they're kind of like printed into the fabric, which is nice. So I don't have that problem anymore. But when I was little, they itched the heck out of me. So I had to cut those out. I couldn't take baths a lot because it would kind of like sting me. So I was mainly taking showers. And I couldn't take showers in the morning because when I'd put on my school clothes, thinking like when I was little I wore tights or like stockings, we called them tights, and it would feel like sticky, like fresh clothes felt sticky because I'm wet. I'm like dried off, but I'm still kind of like got that wetness kind of like seeping out of my pores. And I just didn't like that feeling. It felt sticky. So I would rather take a shower at night, and that became my thing. And it became actually like just the thing of my family. Like the kids would take their showers at night, and then the parents would take their showers in the morning. And that was just how it was. But I've stuck to that. Every now and then I'll take a shower in the morning if like I feel really, really hot, like I wake up just feeling kind of gross. I'll take a shower, or I don't know, if I just feel like feeling more refreshed, sometimes I'll take one to help like wake me up. But a lot of that requires, you know, being up earlier than my work day, so I prefer not to do that because I love to sleep in as long as I can, so I'd rather do it at night anyway. But yeah, taking night showers is the best. And then taking night showers in an apartment complex means I'm less likely to run into the people who want to take theirs in the morning before they go to work and run out of the hot water. But one day I hope I can take baths again. I mentioned earlier how my bathtubs at all of my apartments except for one have just been these dingy old bathtubs where the landlord hasn't like helped refinish them or anything to keep them in good condition, considering how old the buildings are. Like we're talking hundreds of years old buildings with the same dang bathtub, and you know, it's just gross after a while, and no matter how much you clean it, it still looks dirty. And I'm like, I don't like it, so I choose not to take baths in my apartments. Except for the one where I was like maybe the second or third tenant, and that one was still really good condition. Okay, we're getting there, almost to the end of this round. So let me know in the comments if you're joining this knit along. My guess is that you're knitting a lot longer than I am per session. Like you just whipping it out, one go, no problem or anything. Have you made a couple of these already, or are you just going each day as I'm going and you're only knitting for like 30 minutes a day on this project? I'd like to know what your rate of speed is as you work on this one. Okay, we have 2 more rounds. I'm gonna make it happen. Hope so. So I'm gonna warn you guys, I'm hoping that I can get through the last videos I need for this week. can't make, well, hoping tonight anyway. I can't make any promises, but my other battery that I was going to use to film with today was already kind of dead, and I swear I just put it in there, so I don't know. It was not going to give me a full charge, so this is the only one I have to use tonight, because the other one's going to take at least a good 3-4 hours to charge. So I'm hoping I get through at least halfway through the week before I need to film some more. We'll see what happens. I have another, crazy week, so really it's like filming during the week isn't bad, it's just, do I have the energy for it? And if I don't, if I'm like, you know what, sleep is looking pretty good right now, I've exhausted myself mentally, then I'm just gonna take a nap after work instead of film, and then we run into a weekend where I'm trying to whip out some videos because I haven't worked on my project during the week. So I'm hoping that I at least get through Wednesday or Thursday, maybe Friday, we'll see. Just to have some content for you guys and save me some time editing. Just hoping. Oh yes, we are almost here. Yay, finished that round. So we just have one more. Mark it. And 12 minutes. Wow, we're making some progress here. So let's go ahead and finish. This is 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me get that. Double check here. Let's see. 1, 2. Yes. Sometimes, I'm flapping my gums and then I knit around and I forget where I was and haven't done a good job of keeping track. Oh dear. Just popped one off. But that's okay. I have my thingy-mabob. So I'm gonna pull it back on through. And scooch it back on needle. So I spoke too soon. I was like, yeah, look at that. For some reason, I keep having this reoccurring dream that it's the weirdest thing. I don't know why I just thought of it, but I have this reoccurring dream where I live in a town, like, no duh, okay, where are you going with this? Okay, so I live in a town, and strangely, there's this, like, island that has a shopping center on it, and to get to the island, you have to buy a ticket to this special train, and this train basically has to go really, really fast up this ramp, and then it's like a roller coaster where you go vroom, and then you get to the top, and then you just shoot off of the end of the ramp, and the train, or I guess it's like a bus, I don't know, and it kind of like flies in the air, and then it catches onto another track, like in this cloud island thing. And it's crazy because it's like you have to hope and pray that when it's in the air, it lands exactly where it needs to on the next track, because there's this giant gap where there's nothing, and the plane is just flying, or not the plane, the train bus thing is just flying, but it drops so fast that you feel it. Like in my dream, I can feel like I'm on a roller coaster, because it's like that plummet where you're like, oh my god, we're going in this train and we're going really fast, and we have to catch ourselves on this other rail to get to this island. And it's like, why the heck would you make an island that you have to do like a launch pad thing, like a ramp to get to, where there's no safety? Like, you just hope that when you buy your ticket to go to this island that you get there and you don't die. And I'm like, oh, and some reason, like, I keep going to the island, and I keep getting people to come with me, and I just go to the shopping center. There's like a theater, there's like a comic book store, there's like all these other weird things, but you know, you're only there for so many hours before you have to catch the trolley thing to get back to the mainland. And it's weird, and I don't know why I keep having this dream where I have to go to this sky ramp thing and risk my life just to go shopping. And it's like a whole little town. It's just in the sky, but like most of it is shopping. But there's cars, you know, there's like, it's like surrounded by clouds. Like, you know, there's a border, and it's kind of like fenced, but you know, as soon as the train just goes poof, like on the road where it needs to, it's like fine. It's weird, I don't know. And then there's this other dream that's a lot safer, but also sad, that I have, where in a town I used to live in, there's a bakery, and in real life there is no bakery like this, but in my dream there's a bakery, and it has like the best sugar cookies with thick, delicious icing, and these cupcakes that are amazing. And I swear I've had them before in real life, but like this bakery doesn't exist. And I have this dream all the time where I go there, or I have to get there at a certain time right after work, otherwise the line is really long, or the ones that I want are sold out, and it's so weird. And I'm really sad, because I wake up and I'm like, dang it, there are no such thing as these beautiful, delicious cookies or cupcakes. This bakery does not exist. It's so strange. I don't like it. And those aren't the only reoccurring dreams that I have, but those are the ones that really just like eat at my core, where I'm just like, why? Why do I keep having these dreams? I do not understand. So let me know. Let me know if you also have reoccurring dreams where it's like no matter what, it's almost always the same thing when you have them, and you know it by heart, and you just don't know why you keep having it. It's cool. Alright. We just finished our 10th round of the cuff. What do I need to do now? Because I need to make sure that my stuff doesn't fall off. I think I need to add a stitch. Yeah. Yes. It is time to introduce the purple. Let me do that. Actually, no, let us not. Let us call this one good, and we will introduce the purple in the next episode. So that's what we'll do. Alright, bye.